Now, it's not an overstatement to say that there are cafes on every other street in South Korea, with over 70,000 cafes in the country. Well, many of those cafes provide much-needed space for millennials and Generation Z, collectively known in South Korea as the MZ generation. Shi-hoo tells us more.
On average, South Koreans drink 353 cups of coffee a year. That's nearly 3 times the global average. South Korea boasts over 70,000 cafes, which is more than the number of convenience stores in the country. And while the pandemic has hurt many industries, cafes have been booming. In fact, in 2020, the country imported a record 176,000 tons of coffee, up 5.4% from the previous year. And in January 2021, the number of cafes had grown by 15% compared to the same month the year before. A significant number of the new cafes were opened by the so-called MZ generation, those born between roughly 1981 and 2005. A cafe owner who belongs to this generation shared why he thinks many of his peers dream of opening cafes.
Low barriers to enter the market, the fact that you can decorate your own space and develop your own recipes and get immediate feedback from customers, as well as personal satisfaction, I think are the reasons.
According to a survey conducted in 2020, over 50% of the MZ generation visit cafes more than once a week.
I think for Korean people, it's a place where people can find rest for a moment.
Studying at cafes is less stressful and more fun than in rigid environments like at home or school.
Experts say that for young people, cafes provide a place of independence.
For the MZ generation, their own space within the house is very limited and their friends also have no space of their own. So to maintain social relationships, talk to each other, and to do activities independently, they have to go outside the house. And the closest place they can access their own space are cafes.
Cafes are more than just a place to buy coffee, especially for young South Koreans. Shi-hoo, Arirang News.